Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 182. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back to spend time with me this week. And if you're a new friend, thank you very much for stopping by to check out my video on what we have here. I have had a slight uptick in subscribers, so thank you for that. And as a reminder, if you're someone that watches on the TV and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment. I know it's not easy to comment when you watch on my TV, but I would love it if you went and subscribed to my channel. There's just, it just helps get the word out about me. So, and we have a visitor. Oh, you heard me hit the start talking in here, and he was like, let me come check out. So if you are new to my channel, this is my little Pomeranian, Opie. He visits with us from time to time. He likes to try to steal the show, but I let him come in sometimes. So I have a lot to talk to you about this week. I have finishes, new start, just one. I have all kinds of things. And I want to share with you something that my friend Daylene, so grateful. She has a Flosstube also over here. She sent me a message. She checks on me quite frequently. We are, she's a very good friend. She's a very good friend. She helps me through several things. But she sent me a message, and it alluded to something like, my small world of happiness over here. So thank you for stopping by my small world over here. And I hope you enjoy yourself here, and it's good. So I have a couple of things from comments on my last week's video that I want to address here. First of all, I have a new follower that is returning to cross stitch after a long hiatus, and she said that she didn't understand some of the acronyms that I use on the channel. So I will try to get better about that. I can tell you off the top of my head, I feel like last time I said FFO, which is a fully finished object. I said a whip, which is works in progress. And I know my featured friend last week was Christine, and she had a HADE, which HADE is just an abbreviation for Heaven and Earth Designs, which is a company that does full coverage cross stitch pieces, and they're most of the time ginormous. So I'll try to be better about that, and thank you for pointing it out, because we do get in a rhythm to where we just say those acronyms. So thank you for that. I have a whole pile over here so that I remember. I have something else. Someone mentioned to me that they needed to know more about these comic book boards. So this is what so it comes in mine that I get come in a pack of 100. So this is what the cover of it looks like. And all it is the little piece of cardboard, very thin-ish, that like for comic books, you know, they're flimsy, thin paper, kind of like this. So it puts a support in them. So then they put them in the plastic bags, and it just helps like them not folding like that. So I'm able to throw this on my Cricut and cut shapes out or whatever. It's just thick enough. I don't know what it talks about, a 24-point board. I don't know what that means, but anyway, this is what it is. I got it off of Amazon. I just put in comic book boards, and it came up. So I hope that helps you, and it just gives it a little bit of support. And someone else mentioned on my monthly ones that I'm doing that I only put one in after I learned over my last finishing weekend to put 2 pieces of the board in. So I can cut those again and just like sandwich it together, and it'll just have a solid white back, and you won't see the back. So great idea. Thank you. And it'll sturdy it up before I put the magnet on it. So thank you for that. All right. So a couple things in my description box below, if you want to check out. I usually have like some of my, where like I do business with some of them. I'm not great about the description box, but I do have a couple links down there. One of the main links that I have is the Happy Mail form. I realize that some people may be leery about filling that out right now because of the spammers that are going on, but that is a direct link just to me. It gives me your name and address, and then it allows me to send out Happy Mail, which I do once a month on this channel. So if you want to have a random chance to receive Happy Mail, I send out about 10-ish cards a month. And I enjoy doing that, and I usually get messages back that people love receiving them. So fill that out if you like. There's other couple links down there, buy me a coffee and a Ko-fi link. Those are down there also. So let's get into the segment that so many people like on here, and it is my featured friend. My piece of paper has disappeared on me. Oh, there it is. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna pop a picture in here. There's two pictures of my featured friend, which is Maxine. She, oh my gosh, for her mom's 60th birthday last year, she did this Bounty Threads chart. It's a cut through cruise ship. It took her 6 months from start to finish, and Maxine is in Scotland. So thank you for tuning in and sharing that. I love that cruise ship. That is so cool. I love how you framed it. That's dedication, 6 months. I used to be a monogamous stitcher, and this is why I stitch so many different ones. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but back in the day, I was doing a memorabilia, and this is when I was monogamous stitching, and I would get like tired of stitching on it, so I would just put it down, and then I would notice that like big gaps of time would go by where I wasn't stitching. And the reason I have decided or found out is that I would get tired of a big project. So that's why you see so many smalls. It just kind of keeps me moving. And I've also got to the point where I do different fabrics, and so it's just a variety of things. I definitely am not like a one kind thing. I do a lot of mirrors, but I stitch a lot of smalls, a lot of different things. I use stitching to decorate in my house. So yeah, there's that. All right, the next thing that we're gonna move on to is my giveaways that I'm gonna do this week. Again, do not mention giveaways, free, nothing like that in your comments, or your message will be deleted. You must be 18 in order to enter. This is not like if something happens that gets lost in the mail, that's not available. I did have a request if I would open this back up to international. Right now, I cannot. I'm thinking, my wheels are turning, and maybe about like, you know, every so often that I can do like an Etsy card to where you could do something like that. But a lot of these charts have been donated to me, and it just helps for me to pass them along to people. And the reason for the international is just because of the expense. It's super expensive. And with all the spammers and the scammers going on, I wouldn't feel comfortable asking you to help with the mailing, because it's just too much. There's too much going on right now in regards to that. I did have a suggestion from a friend that I could do this by like folding them up. Like if I folded it up and put it in a regular envelope and sent it like that, it would, but you would have to be okay with the fact that it was folded if you were international. So let me do some more research, and I will get back with you in regards to that. But for this week, again, US only for these pieces. The first one that I have, and everything is starting to fall. The first one that I have for a giveaway is number 1, and it's Peter and Peep by With Thy Needle and Thread. Peter and Peep With Thy Needle and Thread. This is number 1. And number 2 is Nest Egg by Sam Sarah Street. Number 2 is Nest Egg by Sam Sarah Street. So all you got to do is put 1 and 2, no special word or nothing like that, and we'll figure that out. So my next things that I have to jump into are my finishes. So I do not have a fully finished object this week, but I do have a finish. So my first one was I don't think you even saw this started. So my first one is another stocking from Blackbird Designs March series. And the finish that I have for you is Spring Arrives. Look at that beautiful little flower there. It's very lovely. What a way. We are kicking off the end of March so far with, hopefully we're moving into warm weather here. So that would be lovely. My next finish that I have for you this week was I stitch on it every single day. So I got it done in March early, but it's Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels. And this is what it looks like. I love the colors in this. I love how it turned out. It's beautiful. It is stitched on a Be Stitch Me bootcamp piece. And that's what it looks like. This is going to be turned into a small pillow. So those are my finishes for right now. Opie is still like trying to hang with me. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you is, I mentioned to you that I was bringing out my Spring Queen early and just getting her some love. So, oh, sorry, itchy nose. So here's what my Spring Queen looks like by Mirabilia. It's Collar and Cotton White Tea Lugana is what I'm stitching it on. And I did do a bit of stitching. So again, this is what she looks like. and I'm going to show you what I've stitched on. So I fold her in half. So I came down here some more, and then I started outlining this. I go to retreat this next week, so outlining this will let me just fill in, and it'll be a little easier. That's how I navigate retreats. I do some filling and get some prep so that hopefully I don't get off too much on it. So Spring Queen's coming along. I had someone, Allison, ask me if I'm gonna see my my queens done this year, and it was so cute. I was like, the first thing that popped in my head was the magic 8-ball, and then I was like, what were some of those certain sayings? So it's certainly possible that I could be seeing that all of them finished. We'll see. Someone else asked me if I was going to bring my winter queen to the Queen City retreat in Charlotte. And that all depends, because if I have it framed, it's going to be too big, and I'm flying, so that won't be coming. But yeah, a couple of my mirrors are framed. I won't travel with them in the frames, I don't think. I do have one, the one that I was my monogamous stitcher on, that is still not framed. It should be, but it's still not framed. Yeah. All right, so things are falling here. Let's get control over this. My next thing that I stitched on is my Summer of Stars Hollow. It's stitched on just an 18 count piece of Aida because they're all going to go together. So I currently have fall and summer is where I'm at. Fall is completely done. That's this one. And summer is so close. I have the windshield in the truck to do, and the coloring, it's a Jeep. The windshield in the Jeep to do, and the coloring in the Jeep to do. And I foresee that being a finish before I come to you next. That will have me finished off. They just released what the spring one's gonna look like, and it is so full of color, and it looks so yummy. So this is going with me also to retreat to just fill in that and finish that up. So that will definitely be a finish. I was looking like something else lost. Okay, Sarah, my Stitching Kingdom, and I started this stitch along, and I can't put it down, Sarah. I have to stitch on it every single week. So I'm talking to you about my Nora Corbett June bug. She's so colorful and so gorgeous, and I just can't stop. And I think that I've decided it's because it's like equal on one side. So if I stitch one side, I'm like, oh, I gotta get that other side done. And of course I didn't get the other side done to show you this week. So I added in 2 colors, and I was on my 3rd color of adding it in, and I only got one side of it done. So she still stays out with me, but look at those colors. They're so yummy. Yes, I know. And she's headless right now because I'm going down the dress. But anyway, she may get some more love this week too, because I wasn't able to end it evenly. How's that? Something else that I did work on this week, and yes, somebody asked, I get this often about how do you get so much done? I'm how do you get so much done? It's just the season of life that I'm in. All of my kids are gone. I have my granddaughter, but I don't have her all day long or anything. I try to see her as much as possible, but it's just the season of life. So since it's just Jeff and I don't have tons of house cleaning because I don't know, we both work full time. And so I just get plenty of time to stitch. Today, I'm sure you heard in the background a little commotion or cough or whatever. It's spring break in my neck of the woods, and I'm helping out a friend here in the neighborhood and watching her little girl for the day. I love little Miss Olive, so she's hanging with me today. But my next piece that I worked on is Dreaming of Sunflowers. This was part of the round robin that I was with. A bunch of floss tubers, and I passed this around. This is my choice of it. They all picked different flowers, but I am making a small modification. I think I've mentioned it on here before, but I'm going to tell you. So you'll see when I show the piece that it goes from here to here and down to here. So that's all I'm doing to finish up this piece, because I just want to get it up. It just fell. There you go. All right, so here is what I got. I did work on it a little bit this week. I'll show you. So this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. So I, this week, finished up these 2 motifs. I put this one in. I came over here and I have this little splattering right here. So that's what I did this week. And you can see it's probably 3 more-ish things that go in there, and that would be finished. And it would just make a long, skinny, I dig it a lot. So that's probably for sure what is happening with that. I know you heard my tap tap. Little Gabby had to come visit and she gets antsy. So I mentioned at the beginning that I have a new start. So my new start is from the Frosted Pumpkin. It's Liberty Lights. These are usually really quick to finish. So this is going to become my daily stitch. I'll probably finish it this week. So it just kind of is what it is. But this is where I got on it. This is just a piece of opalescent 32 count Belfast, like natural raw, whatever. So I love how the sparkle is. It kind of, I just dig it. So that one, I have a few of those and they're real quick to finish up because I have the boards all cut and ready for me to just do. So I don't know. I just felt like a little bit of patriotic. So my next piece caused me havoc. I got started on it. I work on Mill Hill Monday, Wicked Wednesday, Festive Friday. So Mill Hill Monday, when I pulled it out, there was a mistake. So I ripped out all of it. You know, ripping out on a perforated paper is a pain in the booty, but I got it ripped out. I put it back in, and then I wanted to have some progress, so I went a little further. But this is where I'm at on it. So I would love to finish up the white. Actually, I'm not sure if it's white or ecru. It's white. That's white. I'd love to finish up the white part on it and move on to whatever's next. I don't know. I'm so focused on the white, I didn't even look to see like where I would go to next. But my next one, I also have a small, tiny story about. Someone asked me, how I was finishing this. So like when you look at my Halloween calendar from Tiny Modders, it's one solid piece. I wanted to do it like a countdown to Halloween. Halloween is a big thing here. My husband puts up a haunted house with neighborhood friends, and it's a huge thing. Like last year we had like 1,200 kids come through. It's completely free and it takes over our lives. But so since it takes over our lives, I wanted to do this as a countdown, like a countdown to Christmas, to where you flop it out. So it's in my Halloween decorations, so I wasn't able to get it out. But basically, it's a witch's hat, a piece of wood that's about this thick, witch's hat, that I'll put a magnet on it and I will just switch them out daily. So countdown to Christmas, or countdown to Halloween, and 22 got done this week. This chandelier was fun to stitch. So number 22 is done and we're moving along. Wouldn't that be great for this year to have it ready to count down to Halloween? Goals, I set goals. All right, this next one gave me problems. This is my Festive Friday, hands-on designs, cranberry Christmas. And why did it give me? Because it looks gorgeous right now, but in different light, it doesn't look so gorgeous. So this is what I'm talking about. And see, it looks gorgeous for y'all. This white in different light, you can't see it. I mean, you can barely see it. I'm like, oh, well, it just looks kind of like vintage or, you know, something like that. I'm just like going with it because I tried in different colors. I did experiments with different colors and it wasn't jamming with me. So I was like, I'm sticking with it. It's what it's called for. And here I show it to you now and I love it. So there's that. So I got in the word berry this week, working backwards. I'm a backwards stitcher. I go from right to left. All right, that's all the stitching I have. So what else do I want to talk to you about real quick? I do have some hauls, so hopefully you stick around for that because that's my market haul. I have a retreat at the end of this week. I am looking so forward to going to the Fancy Works retreat. Plan-wise, I know that I'm taking my mirror because I stitch on it all day. I get so many comments like, you're really taking one of your queens to a retreat? Yes, I stitch on her every day. I'm not beading at a retreat. I mean, I probably would, but I'm just not. So if you're new here and I've not said it, I stitch in hand. So it's not like she's on scroll rods or whatever. So I just grab her and go. So I'm taking my mirror. I'm taking a daily stitch, which for the month of April is Wilbur from Teresa Koga. If I get stitches on it, I'll be showing you next week. But I think that's what I'm going to take to retreat unless, well, my daily stitch is Liberty Lights right now. If I get that finished before I leave for retreat, then I'll take Wilbur. Okay. When I go to retreats, I try to take a mismatch of like different fabrics because like toward the end of the night, I definitely need to stitch on Ada because it's just like easier on my eyes, depending on the lighting. I just am very well prepared. Like my mama would be so proud because this is the Girl Scout in me, always be prepared. So I have a plethora. I don't go with like 20, but I definitely have probably 7 that I go. Anyway, so I am taking a new start. I am taking Bluebirds of Happiness because it's a joy. I'm taking Beautiful Things because I hope that I can finish it. That's an Ada stitch. I just have a bunch of blocks to fill in. I'm taking Stars Hollow because I think I can finish that. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but you'll see next week what it is I stitched on and when I tell you about my retreat. So I'm looking forward to that so much. Other than that, I'm going to get into my haul and then my personal life at the end. So for haul, I keep mentioning that Stars Hollow, that is a Black Needle Society, and I am part of their retreat, which is a virtual treat. I don't know how much virtually retreating I'm going to get to do. I always have the weekends off, but you just never know. So anywho, all of that to say, at the end of April is the spring in Stars Hollow. So they released the picture yesterday. I'm going to put it here. It is so pretty. I'm so excited about it. So that'll get added on to my thing. But since I'm going to a virtual retreat, I had to, from my friend Athena, who has a t-shirt business, her link is in the description box below. But Athena's Stitching Goddess Designs does these t-shirts, and she does a t-shirt for retreat. And this is what the one for Stars Hollow looks like that I chose. Life is short, stitch fast. I love this. I love the color. My daughter was like, that is pink. It is. I love it. So yeah, there's that. That'll be added to my few little t-shirts things that I have. And then my haul, I got haul from 2 different places. I try to spread my love around with my friends in regards to buying things. So Pumpkin Creek Primitive, and so hopefully her thing's in there. I can't show you my addresses in there. Pumpkin Creek Primitive, and this is Stacies Creative Studio. So let's do this. So for what did I get from Pumpkin Creek Primitive? Her little bag. They both do such a wonderful job in decorating. Sorry for the crinkle. Always goodness, always goodness. So I, from her, got a few charts, and sorry, I'm looking down. This is Bobby's thing. I already ate the candy. It didn't survive. I already ate it. But I got the cookbook that you hear so many people talk about. I have probably, this makes my 4th one. So there's little stitch things in here and wonderful ideas in here. There is, I don't know if it's in this one. I used to go to a retreat forever ago, and Karen Klumba has a soup that is amazing. So, which is Rosewood Manor. So yeah, I think it's like a family thing. I don't know, but of course I had to get a Honey of Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. Another Heart and Hand, Everyday Things. Some of these you've seen. And you know I do the berries. So Quaker Wisdom Berries from Erica Michaels. That is what I got from Pumpkin Creek Primitives. And then Stacy, oh, this one, I think it was Stacy that showed it. I'm not really sure. I feel like it was Stacy that showed it. I fell in love, and I was like, I am not doing that big of a chart. And then the girls were like, oh, it's not that big. It's only, and it's not. So once they said it, I was like, oh yeah, Stacy, I need this. So 84 by 79, totally doable, but I have to do that turtle. Oh, I love that. So that is definitely happening. I also got Stitching in the Round by JBW Designs. Judy is a wonderful person, so I love that one. And then she always sticks in some stickers there. This time I got a bonus, like some of the freebies that were given away to shop owners that went. So thank you very much, Stacy. Believe it or not, you weren't on the chat when I was chatting, but this was a must-have. So thank you so much. I'm so glad that you sent those freebies along. And because Stacy is a dear friend, I want to make sure that I give a shout out for her retreat that she has in 2024 coming. Beach Please is an event that she is hosting down in Florida in February of 2024. When you're just tired of when us Midwesterners are just tired of this winter and we just need a break, that's the place to go. So, all right, that is very cool. So another thing, that's all that. So we're gonna move into personal life and kind of what I have done. So I want to mention that on Saturday, March 18th was National Quilting Day. So this is a little snippet of fabric of quilting that I will be doing, and I just wanted to share. Yeah, I love doing that quilting stuff. And then I want to talk to you about personal life. So personal life's great. This last Sunday, the family got together again. My husband makes amazing chicken parmesan and Lizzie requested it, so Dad did it. And so the boys and Lizzie and Colton came over. It was delicious and wonderful. Ozzy is, we believe, starting the early phases of breaking her tooth, or not breaking a tooth, but like a tooth breaking in. Yep, anyway, you know what I mean. A tooth coming. So she is definitely a little drool bucket, and she kind of gets cranky sometimes, but even her crying is super cute. I don't have a picture to show you because like in the moment you just want to settle her, but I do have a couple pictures to show with you. So I keep looking down because I want to share these with you very much. So I have a picture of Ozzy and Colton watch The Mandalorian every time it comes out on Disney on a Wednesday. So he had her all suited up, and here is Ozzy ready to go. Oh my gosh, she's just so cute. Also, Lizzie has worked very hard for this playpen, and the playpen has these little activity centers. If you stick around past the end of my video when I say goodbye, I'm going to throw that little snippet in. Every corner of the playpen has a learning center in it. She just took so much thought. I'm so proud of Lizzie for how she wants to encourage development. She even now, like the research she's doing on like introducing food and doing all those things, it's mind blowing. I didn't do that kind of stuff. I just like was trying to keep her alive. And last but not least, we watched Ozzy for a little bit, and she was being such a stinker. Like, she wanted her Grandpa Chooch. That's what we call him. My husband drives a train, so we call him Grandpa Chooch. And I'm popping in a couple pictures of here where she wouldn't settle for me, but she would for her grandpa. So I hope you enjoyed my little blessings of Ozzy this week and the stories about the family. I do love sharing them. It feels like it just feels joyous. I give positive feedback. I really do. So thank you all for enjoying my joy that I have. Gabby is coming to tell me she's not getting, it's too cold outside. She is not getting what she wants, but I'm going to get off here. Please stick around and see that little video of the learning centers. But keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.